Trees were pale, modern dancers. Judo practitioners were gaunt as John Wayne's cancerous face. Black, rattled, agonized trees. Trees that splayed and tangled like flayed open throats. Trees creaky as voice of kittens. Trees narrow as salamander spines. Trees shot through with ragged bursts of sun, resinous color, color of beeswax. Trees mounded coins, and my heart beat, soft, heavy fist, soft and heavy as a medicine ball. In my gut, my hands were hot as light bulbs, walking beneath this bristly sun. Sun, a porcupine, walking beneath birds like embers, flaming popsicle sticks, walking through leaves, heaped coins, or stiff, curly, knocked off heels, rogue elephants of sun. Sun in the eyes squinted at, perspectively diminishing progressions of blank, bald, furious pentagons. I wandered the streets. In my head I was freakish, despised, and I lugged my self-hatred the way a Sherpa does his pack, an archangel its wings. The shame-filled engine of my self-hatred propelled me down streets, alleyways. Dogs slank down, shat-in dogs, chuffing like locomotives, propelled me beneath birds like slit throats, birds that burst like lava from trees. Trees the color of hair, trees gibbering like Urdu, trees whose leaves were color of liverwurst, pastrami, color of Bruins, that dense, lustrous russet, propelled me beneath clouds resembling slough, involucre, pale as feta, swift as sledge dogs, propelled me through molassesy light, light yellow of plummeting jackals, through wind's babble. The twilight sun was a skinned kneecap menstruating vagina. Sun was scarlet as tantrumy faces, and at dusk objects seemed to radiate a beetling luminous intensity, stark and cindery, and birds descended from roofs like disembodied steeples. The leaves of the trees whitened, trees Aztec priests, sacrificial knife poised. The wind was witch-like, sexual. Objects seemed to glow. Clouds were horses made from fire. Clouds, bloodsuckers, purses, drowned figures without fingernails or hair. Sky, florid ruins of pinkish light. In the park at dusk, the lamps switched on, gentle bloom of efflorescence, lonely, bright-faced bellhops, formaldehyde nights, stuffed and rancid. The air reeked of shit, path the color of pipe smoke wending like a rat's tail through the cowed, shorn, pale grass of the park. The windows of the houses on the park's other side, mournful, grief-filled ghosts bearing their lanterns, windows knocked out teeth. Back on the sidewalk, trees were as florid as cockatoos, leaves dry, dead, broken, curled in on themselves as though in sickness or sleep, and shadows of cars were as dark as trapdoors. The measured dips of driveways could have been the hollows worn by generation after generation of prayerful knees. On these nights, stiff as an ancient broken umbrella, the leaves fell, stained, bleared silhouettes, shape of claws of extinct enormous birds onto sidewalks beneath trees paled as drowned hands, trees flying angry galleons, the Flying Dutchman. Beneath pale clouds, clouds haggard, tattered, ghostly in the scarred sky, the clouds were ethereal as Giotto, angels distorted as Hercules, puffish, pale, beneath stars the tiny excised whites of eyes, walking on a fall night in my clothes of wax, fatigue's hollow ring, a faraway dead cicada. Fatigue had the strength of an illness. I walked in a poky stupor beneath the light of the streetlights that was a sinister light, walked through the enervated night air through which bats pelted, bats' ears stuffed with echoes, echoes which, in diagrams, appear as the negatives of the new moon aligned. On these mausoleum nights, the city was a whited fossil cheese. On these blank, fat, sad nights with their mauve skies, stunned clouds, their factory chimneys, the trunks of bellowing elephants, their shadows of telephone poles, the hands of clocks, their trees, jaundiced Chinamen, trees chuffing like engines, fierce, dry, hissing clatter, their shrubs lurking like yeggs or pimps, tilted like St. George charging his dragon. La, la.